Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
From Mordor to Hogwarts to Gotham, the nerds have come together to create a show for nerds by nerds. Join nerds doing nerd things as they talk about all things nerdy. Stay up to date on the show by liking the Nerds Doing Nerd Things Facebook page.
It is feature time in Tulsa. Let's go green.
He's got the run, but is it enough? It's a drag race to the finish. Culver goes from third to first in the last quarter.
Experience the world's most legendary racing events with iRacing. iRacing special events allow any member to compete in full-length multiplayer races based on some of the biggest events in motorsports all year round. Compete in virtual endurance races such as the 24 Hours of Daytona, Spa 24, and the Nürburgring 24 Hours. Take on some of the toughest races on the NASCAR calendar, such as the Daytona 500 and the Coke 600. We have races from disciplines across the racing world, from the Indy 500 to the Chili Bowl, from the Bathurst 1000 to the Crandon Championship. Our endurance special events utilize iRacing's team feature, where members can sign up and race together on their own team, swapping drivers throughout the race. Other events use iRacing Super Sessions, where you're not only racing against those on track, but against everyone taking part. As every race progresses, watch and feel the track change, with progressive time of day, dynamic weather and rain, and dynamic track debris and surface changes. Take on your favorite discipline, or try a brand new racing challenge with our biggest races of the year, the iRacing Special Events. Learn more at iracing.com/special-events.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to All-Star 15 TV. On the broadcast tonight, it is the Rev Limit Sports Car Series from Watkins Glen International. Race number 6 of the season, qualifying currently underway with about a minute and a half left. But that's enough for me right now. I'm going to send you to the guys that are going to be doing the majority of the broadcasting this evening. I currently am under the weather. I don't know if you can hear it in my voice. But here is Joe Hutchings, and he will introduce his broadcast partner.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to Watkins Glen, New York. I don't know what else to say about this racetrack. It's one of my favorite racetracks of all time. With me today, because AJ is broken, my buddy, Brandon.
It was glad we decided. You're good. I'm glad we decided to replace one broken person with another. It is all good, but I am really excited about watching the race here at Watkins Glen, a track that you said is your favorite, and I can tell you is one of my favorites as well. Specifically remembering sitting up in the Sir Jackie Stewart grandstand, watching the 6 hours at the Glen this past year.
I enjoy watching IndyCar races here, but heaven forbid IndyCar ever come back to this place. Wink. But anyways, we're on the hook for 45 minutes. They're getting ready to finish up qualifying right now. And it looks like, let's see, how much time we got left there? 3 seconds? 2?
We got about
1?
2 seconds.
Yep, alrighty. So we'll just wait for AJ here to pop up that the starting order here. AJ's running the cameras, y'all, so if you want to say hi to him, wish him well.
The LMP2s are first, everybody. Here is the starting lineup. Nearhoof, Moore, and Fazillo. Then in the GT3s, pole sitter Parker Dime, Austin Diltz, Jacob Quayle, Joshua Jackson, and Morgan Smith. And then the GT4s, once again, Dak is blowing the competition away. Then you have Ryan Gleason, Scott Hara, and John Holloway.
It looks like we got everybody lined up coming out of the boot here this evening, so we're going to get a short pace lap. Hope they get the tires warmed up. Brandon, what are we going to be looking at strategy-wise for these guys?
I think the biggest thing that we're going to see strategy-wise, we're definitely going to see the LMP2s get strung out a little bit, given that their pack size is a little bit smaller. I think we're going to see a little bit of chaos in the GT3s potentially as they try and shake, rattle, and roll their way into the position they want to be in. The GT4s in the back are going to just have to play some avoidance in whatever's going to happen in the GT3 field.
I just see chaos starting in turn 1, but I say that every race.
I don't know that it should be in turn 1.
They should be rolling off here. Oh, here we go.
We're going to have chaos more than likely whenever we get to the bus stop. I think we'll make it through turn 1. It's once we start jockeying out of turn 1 and getting through the S's.
Well, Neerhoff is leading this field up through the final corners of Watkins Glen. We're going to get started here very shortly.
Leo King, thank you for the sub on YouTube.
Coming through the final corner here. That Porsche pace car is going to dip off here. And we're just waiting for the green flag.
Green, green, green.
Green flag for the LMP2s. And it looks like the GT3s are right behind them.
GT3s are already jockeying for a position. The GT4 is going under green as well. Very strung out, very safe restart for the GT4s.
Oh, there is a car backwards in turn 1. Looks like Austin Diltz is backwards in that Aston. Oh, that was from second place.
That looks like he just got a little bit loose there on the turn. Those cold tires, you don't suspect it. So you were right, chaos in turn 1, but as they're going through the bus stop here, looks like we've got Parker out in front in the 57 car.
Yeah, Parker's been a force these few races that we've broadcasted. So is Joshua Jackson in that, is he number 6 car? He's been pretty strong in that Porsche.
Yeah, Joe knows that paint scheme ever too well with the Joshua Jackson. As it looks like LMP2 driver Cody Moore with an issue now.
Oh, dang. Coming out of the toe here. Is that the toe? Yeah, typical spot to spin. Not very good when you got the GT3 field coming through.
Because you're not going to want to go into reverse. You're going to reverse right in front of everybody. So he's going to sit there. He's going to lose a lot of time. He's going to be trying to hustle his way back through as we are back here in front at the GT3 field and now at the LMP2 field as it looks like Dustin is extending his lead out.
We have Scott Hara in the GT4s now with an issue.
What do we got going on here? Let's see.
Right at the heel of the boot. Ooh, and just loses it. We are definitely seeing that cold tires are a struggle for these drivers here getting started.
It's funny. I just watched a video on how to what methods were best to warm up tires in these road races. They
And what
don't.
was the
These
best
short.
method?
We are not swerving.
I can definitely see that. But I mean, you even said at the beginning of the race that with having the start occur from the boot section of the track as opposed to doing a full pace lap, these drivers were going to have difficulties at the start of the race with colder tires, not able to warm up their equipment, and all the classes had that same difficulty. As we're here running on, it's like with Joshua Jackson in the 6 car, as he's trying to run down Morgan Smith in the 58 car.
Here's the funny part. Most of these cars through this field, actually I'm pretty sure all of them do, have some sort of traction control. And especially with the GT3 field with the heavier cars, it shouldn't take very long for those tire temps to come up. We're on lap 2. Those times should start dropping here soon. Ooh, Mike Robinson trying to make a move on the outside. And now he's on the inside.
A Rexy lookalike car isn't wanting to take any of that race action as they stay right out in front. Great homage to the Rexy car.
Mm-hmm. Here comes Cody working his way through that GT3 traffic after that spin in the heel.
You gotta wonder if he's gonna have a level of urgency as you get through certain parts of this track. There's a lot of great passing zones, but as he's coming up on this car in the S's, it's definitely a challenging part to be able to make a pass on, as he's going to go around the outside and be able to then be back on the inside for this curve. He caught him at a good point, but the S's can be real sketchy when you're a higher class car coming up behind a GT3 or GT4.
I always try to get that inside lane when I'm running LMP2s around here, because it gets sketchy in the S's when you're trying to run the outside of a GT car.
Yeah, the thing is, you just never know if that GT car is going to fully recognize that you're there. The goal of the GT3 or the GT4, depending on who's making the pass, is to be as predictable as possible whenever you're being passed. You want to make sure you're running the racing line, that you are not making abrasive maneuvers. Really don't run as if you're looking in the mirror, but also be aware of your mirror, that as soon as that LMP2 or that GT3 car pops out, that you're very cognizant of where your car is on track, as we see him diving down to the inside. It's like the GT3 car did give him plenty of room, but is not able to make the pass just yet.
I think he's just trying to be a little bit patient right now.
It's definitely a smart thing to do, because the LMP2s will take longer to get their tires warmed up. He probably is just now getting his tires warmed up if they weren't already overheated from the spin.
No, that's that. You put a heat cycle in the tires when you spin in those LMP2 cars, and it takes a little bit longer to kind of recover from that. I have lots of experience in those cars.
I can tell you, I do not have experience with the LMP2s. I am a GT3 person through and through. Looks like there's still a really great battle going on. Up here at the front.
How about P2 and GT3s?
Now we've got Morgan Smith that's still trying to fend off Joshua Jackson. Doing a great job at it so far. They're running pretty tight, but they're also giving each other plenty of space. And when they catch each other, they're not overdoing it, as we see. I believe that is our LMP2 car making his way up into contending around the P2, P3 area for the GT3s.
I think Cody Moore is going to bank on the fact that Fozzie has some consistency issues. Either way, he's going to pop a third place finish here tonight because of the lack of prototypes.
Hey, a podium's okay. A podium. There's plenty of drivers out there who haven't gotten one, like Logan Sargent.
Oh,
Ooh,
ouch.
Did I say that out loud?
I think you're now recorded. Thank you.
You're welcome. The Cody Moore is making his way through. I've been keeping an eye on his gap to P2, and he has been making up a little bit of time on P2. Now, granted, he's still 24 seconds back, but is doing a great job so far.
I'm still surprised he didn't whack that inside wall, because most of the time when you jump on the binders there, the track will self-clean itself and typically put you into the wall. But he's doing good on his recovery drive right now.
You're the GT3 field and that car spins in front of you. You hope that track is self-cleaning, because that is a blind corner to exit.
Yeah, ask me how I know.
I've definitely seen you eat a car out of that corner.
Oh yeah, Watkins Glen this year wasn't fun.
Absolutely. As we're following along here with Jacob Quayle, is now starting to make a little bit of ground up on Joshua Jackson, who's lost a little bit of time to Morgan Smith here. Wondering if Joshua Jackson is just kind of biding some time, or if these other cars are really just coming too.
So funny thing that I've noticed that the front engine cars, like the BMW, the Mustang, those front tires will come up to temperature a lot quicker. So those lap times for those cars will fall relatively quickly. The problem is you're burning up the tires then at that point, because you're trying to get some of these mid and rear engine cars to daintily go around the track. But once those mid-engine cars come to life, when the tires get up to temperature, yeah, you start running these front-engine cars down pretty quick.
Makes total sense as we have BMWs out front, followed by, of course, then that non-front engine vehicle, and then the Corvette obviously being a little bit more mid-engine based. It makes sense to see the Porsche fall off a little bit as we're now riding along with Dak out in front in the Ford Mustang. I apologize, he's not in a BMW, he is in a Mustang. It's my first time here, like we said, replacing a broken person with a broken person. I'm learning the cars as we go, as he's getting passed there by LMP2.
But that BMW, the last couple laps, is chipping in to Dak's lead, dropping it down to 2.4. Ryan Gleason doing a good job to try to track down Dak for the top spot in the GT4s.
I got to keep in mind that we got GT4s and GT3s on track. I apologize when I was speaking earlier with the Mustang. That is GT4, as AJ said. The Mustangs look very similar with GT4s and GT3s. Looks like we've got a fantastic battle going on with Ricardo Vandenberg in the 18 car back in 6th place.
And Matthew Lothian.
Absolutely.
A lot of really good battles all the way around. The GT3 field has been really good this entire season so far. Very clean racers.
Well, and what you're seeing right here is what Joe was saying, where you have Vandenberg, who is trying to prevent the overtake from Lothian, and that's that front engine vehicle versus the rear engine vehicle. You've got the Mercedes, where it is going to be a rear engine vehicle, despite that giant front end. Aston Martin looking to overtake here going to the bus stop. It's always a challenging place to overtake. Ooh, as he holds them off. Great battle through there.
It's a great passing zone if you got the for the lack of a better term, cojones.
Well, and plenty of cojones were laid out right there.
Oh yeah. The bad part about this GT3 field, they're really, really close in lap times. So if you have a problem at the beginning, it's super hard to recover.
Well, that's where it tells you in endurance races, consistency pays off. And while 45 minutes for a lot of cases is considered a sprint race, in a lot of series, it's also considered an endurance race.
This ain't no club racing. This is good sports car racing.
No 10-lap STCA feature.
Correct. Man, 10 laps at Watkins Glen is so short.
And with the lap time that these guys are running, you'd be looking at roughly almost a 12-15 minute race for 10 laps.
Yep. And then you look at Road America, 4 miles, 40 miles for the race on 10 laps.
Well, whenever you run officials in iRacing, and this is me being newer to this series and appreciate being able to broadcast on here, obviously given the circumstances going on, AJ, and happy to help you out. In terms of fuel loads for these cars, is everyone going to have to pit at least one time, as we see a pass here throughout the bus stop, or at least attempted pass, as McGregor is not able to pull off that pass?
Yes, we will see pit stops. They run 60% fuel. Most likely what will happen is everybody will come down and take the necessary fuel. 90% of the time, nobody will take tires.
Yeah, and that's where drivers who were going to move and shake at the very beginning of this, as we were talking earlier even about, Joshua Jackson backing up to another car and unable to get to Morgan Smith. Same type of idea. He's not burning his stuff up, hopefully able to have some at the end. He's not going to take tires, he's just going to take that fuel load. That's almost what you want to do.
We had an incident on the racetrack. Jay Mady in a Aston Martin coming back onto the racetrack from the boot.
Oh. Typical spot. Off camber, getting on the gas too much. It's typical.
It is a really challenging part of the track. Ooh, as he backs into the wall again. No. No, my guy.
No.
No.
Hey, I need
that. Oh.
I need that wing for a shelf.
Where's the Austin Powers in the tight hallway on a golf cart reference?
Huh.
No, but that is such a challenging spot. The best of the best drivers are going to make that mistake right there if they're not careful, because as you were saying, Joe, it is off camber and you want to be able to carry speed through that, and either you're going to slide out or you're going to lose traction as you're getting out of that turn if you're not careful.
You can have all the grip in the world, you can have all the downforce in the world, and that corner is just treacherous. I don't care what the conditions are, and it's exacerbated by wet weather and higher than normal track temperatures. It's the hardest corner on the track, in my opinion.
Well, we just almost had Mustang on Mustang crime between the GT3 and GT4 series. Jacob McGregor was going on the outside of that GT4 car, and it got a little tight. That GT4 car did not hold the bottom. And that's where, throughout the entire track, these drivers have grip, but they will scream. They don't have enough grip. They want more grip because they want to go that much faster. Back up with Vandenberg, and it looks like he's got a new car he's dealing with in Austin Diltz.
Isn't
like
Austin the one that spun at the beginning of the race?
Yes, it was.
I do believe it was.
Yeah.
I said Diltz is making a good comeback.
Yeah, it's a pretty decent recovery driver right now.
I mean, that's a great recovery drive. If he's only 13 seconds back to the leader as he's looking to try and make a move on the outside, that is a muscular move.
Who's going to give
to
the bus stop?
No one's going to give going down to the bus stop. They're going to be side by side, and it's going to be chaotic.
It's the Brits
no
versus the Germans. Ooh.
How did they save
Wow.
Holy cow. What a show as Austin Diltz moves up into 6th, taking it away from Vandenberg. Honestly, great heads-up driving by both, being able to put on a great show there. But the car that's faster did prevail. It's going to obviously pull him down a little bit, but let's see how much time he's able to make up, being down 14 seconds on the leader as he continues to work his way through this field.
what I've been looking at, he's about a half a second a lap faster than pretty much everybody up through third place.
And while you're spot on with that, Joe, last 2 laps, if we go to class leader Parker Dime, he has been faster than Parker Dime. Just last time by, it was 3/10, and the time before that, it was almost a half a second faster. So Austin Diltz, if he did not have that issue early on in the race, he'd be fighting for the lead, if not having it already. So,
oh, he is definitely rage driving right now.
Well, and as we go through, if he keeps that pace of a half a second faster, it'll take him roughly 24, 28 laps in order to get up there to the leader. And that means he's got to get down pit road perfectly. Whenever he takes his pit stop, he's got to take no tires, make up as much time as possible. And given how this race is right now time-wise, we're looking at that roughly 20, 24, 28 laps left. So he is on a roll, and he could be a winner still.
yeah, he got...
Oh, somebody just short-cutted the bus stop.
That would be Dak. But Austin Diltz, his issue was last lap, almost a second and a half slower with all the traffic.
Oh.
And there goes Dak. Agricultural racing, as Joe, I think,
Yes.
would put it.
Yep.
A little bit, but as he was entering that bus stop, he was right on the tail of the car in front of him, and I think the braking zones, since they were 2 different classes, are slightly different, and he ended up having to peel to the left a little bit, getting into the grass, which just completely messed up his entry to the bus stop.
How's that LMP2 field going?
Near Hoof right now with almost a 14-second lead over Fozzie Fazillo, and then still a 35-second lead over Cody Moore. Cody has brought that back from about a 45-second gap right down to a 35.5-second gap. I really think Dustin Nearhoof, and this is just my point of view, he's just running. He's not trying to burn anything up. He's just logging laps. He's about to put lap 12 on the board, and he's gonna head down pit road, everybody. We're starting pit stops.
Well, you got to wonder if this is going to be an undercut or if he's going to have to get 2 pit stalls as we now see Fozzie not coming down pit road. So lead being switched, but it kind of shocks me he's coming in that early.
Doesn't shock me one bit.
I think for these leaders, especially for the LMP2s, their pit cycle to the end opened up right around the 16 to 17 minute mark.
Me personally, I just feel like if I'm going to be out there in an LMP2 car, I want to be the last one to come down pit road if I'm going to make it a one-stop game, because I want to have essentially lighter... Oh, as we see a car turned around, Jacob Quayle.
He blinked out, and when he came back, he was
Oh,
wrecked.
don't go across the ground.
Oh! Stay put. Tow it. Tow it. Tow it.
Do not put it in reverse, Terry.
So right now, we are locked onto him. But he's blinked out, and when he reappears, that's what happens.
Oof.
And Jacob Quayle, having a really good showing before this, was chasing down Joshua Jackson for what felt like the majority of the race so far. But the lonely Corvette in the field with issues.
Well, that should take the pressure off of Mr. Jackson there.
Yeah, he's going to come down. He's going to get repairs in that car. You got to wonder, the way he hit the wall, I don't know that he's going to have much more than maybe probably 2.5 minutes of optional with 30 seconds of mandatory.
I don't have him with the meatball at all.
Nah, it's going to be optional damage for that, and it's probably just going to be a nose swap.
All right, let's see what we got here. Survey says we'll come back to it.
Is that Fozzie? Fozzie out front?
He is still out front. He has not come down pit road.
Let's go, Fozzie.
Like I said, I thought it was a little early for Cody Moore to come down pit road.
You mean Nearhoff?
Nearhoff, I apologize.
All good. You're new.
I'm still learning all the drivers.
Fozzie trying to get around Mike Robinson here. He's going to get him going into the heel.
Again, it's just about being as predictable as possible. But I will say, as he goes down there into the turn, he had sweep back up in front of Robinson. And I will say, as a GT3 driver, that's always the most chaotic part, is whenever an LMP2 comes back up onto the racing line right before a braking zone. But there was enough of a gap, not too chaotic. But any LMP2 drivers listening out there, if you get hit when that happens, it's not the GT3's fault.
That is definitely on the LMP2 driver.
Morgan Smith now on pit road.
Fast.
And so's Mike Robinson.
Bamer.
Yeah, and you got to wonder, I would assume that their pit window would probably open up. I think that's a little early. Obviously, they can make it to the end, no problem. But again, my goal would be to send it out as long as possible, because as you burn down fuel, your car gets lighter, which means it's going to be faster. And so then when you refuel, you're not refueling nearly as much, and the car stays lighter. That's why I would go for the overcut in these races where it's a one-stop race.
See, like, if I was an LMP2 car, I would have come in as early as possible, dropped tires on the thing, and then near the end of the race, go and turn qualifying laps. With the GT cars, I probably would have done exactly what you said, run it out as far as I can, and then stay on those nice gummy tires and have a low fuel load.
Yeah, because, I'm not changing tires if I'm a GT3 driver. And I apologize. I think we got some GT4 cars on pit road, too. Yeah, in the GT4, that car is just a beast to try and drive around. It's like driving a brick. And so I don't know, Joe, would you be taking tires in the GT4?
I wouldn't be taking tires at all in this series.
Diori and Diltz and Vandenberg, all three hitting pit road. Lovian as well. Here come the GT3s.
Yeah, I think this is about the midpoint of the pit stops.
Yeah, I think of the three cars that are out front, that would be my play. I would be waiting until we hit about that 30-minute mark, right whenever we got maybe one lap of fuel left to go.
Parker Dime is probably sitting on cloud 9 though. He's almost 11 seconds ahead over Joshua Jackson.
Yeah, he's doing a great job out front keeping that car clean. But Joshua, he was that driver who was very light on his tires whenever he had the heavy fuel load. That is the move. I know it may not necessarily be the race winning, as he's got an 11-second gap now on Parker, but in terms of getting a great points day out of this in a solid position, I think that's the right move. Be light on your tires on a heavy fuel load, run out as much fuel as possible, then come in and keep your car light.
Here comes Parker Dime.
He's coming in at that 26-minute mark.
Man, I swear I just heard somebody bounce off the wall going into the toe.
Ooh, we did have a car go off track. Morgan Smith in the 58 car. BMW doing Honda lawnmower things.
At least it's not doing Mustang things.
Don't do that. It hurts to
what?
laugh. Ozzy Fasillo coming down pit road.
Yeah, see, and he
We got an
extended that
accident.
as
We got an
long as he
accident.
could.
John Holloway, GT4s.
Yeah, I just caught the smoke of this one.
Oh,
No.
and that's not a light hit. Ooh, that avoidance
right
right
in front
there.
of Cody.
And yeah, there goes the motor as well, if you didn't hear that. Let's actually jump on board with Cody. Give me 1 second.
You're exiting this turn, and then all of a sudden, all you see is a car wrecking to the left, and you're already to the right committed. Man, he just was hoping and praying going down through there, because as you see that car coming down, you're hoping that track does not clear itself.
I will take that off track any day of the week.
Oh, for sure. Otherwise, you're about to money ramp that Castrol Ford.
Look who's back out front now.
Yeah, Dustin Nierhoff back out front. Ooh, as he gets a little loose.
That track's got to be dirty there because that car should be glued with the tires toasty.
Well, in the LMP2 field, Cody Moore has cut down. He was 24 seconds behind at one point. I want to say that was probably 6, 7, 8 laps ago. And he's down to only 15 seconds behind Fozzy.
Yeah, it's still 35 though, back up to Nierhoff. Just curious what lap times.
Who are you looking for? Because I got Nearhoof right now, last time by, a 138.12. Parker Dime, leader in the GT3s at 2:12. And then Dak in the GT4s at 2:26.80. Look at the time discrepancy. Wow.
Nierhoff is just he's just cruising. It's it's a Saturday afternoon cruise, you know. It's got the tunes on.
He was 10 seconds faster last time by over Cody Moore.
Oh yeah, Cody was in the dirt.
He was. Oh, and so was Nierhoff there. Almost loses it going into the boot.
And if I'm Nierhoff, I gotta recognize that we've got about 15 minutes left to go in this race, and there's a 20-second gap between me and second. And I know this car is a lot better the faster you go and the more downforce you create. But there is such thing as going a little over the edge. You don't want to use the grass. That's for sure.
It's a fine edge with that car.
I know we were talking about the redemption story of Austin Diltz. Fell all the way back to 11th in class, last in class on the start of the race after a spin. He's fought all the way back up to P4 and closing in on Morgan Smith, who's 2.5 ahead.
Well, and if I remember correctly, Parker and Joshua Jackson have not pit yet, correct?
Everybody in the field has pit.
They all have pit. I missed
Lap
those
15
pit stops.
for Joshua Jackson and Parker Dime. Lap 13 for Morgan Smith. And lap 14 for Austin Diltz.
Well, and he's still sitting at roughly about a 14-second gap, so the traffic has definitely done him in a little bit in terms of trying to get to that leader, but really an outstanding performance getting all the way back up to P4.
He'll catch down, he'll catch third place. It's not without a doubt.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch him; it's another thing to pass him. As we've seen these GT3 cars do a fantastic job at them.
Oh, wasn't it just a few laps ago he was door to door with a Mercedes Benz?
Oh, he absolutely was, and that was some great racing.
Uh-huh.
As we're now riding along with the 9th place car, Guillermo Parrott. That Timu
car. The Timu Audi. You know what's funny is he's carrying a Timu badge on an Audi, right? And this is a Lamborghini-based car.
Well, I will say the Audis are one of my favorite cars to drive for the longest time. Just the way that it's got that mid to rear engine, and it's not overly heavy like it is in the Porsche. Just a really good balanced vehicle.
My favorite GT3s right now, like right now with this current build of iRacing, would be number 1 is the McLaren, number 2 is that Audi, and number 3 is that BMW M4. All depends on the style of car you want to drive.
I will say my least favorite's the Acura, by far.
Oh. Don't let
I'm
Brian
sorry.
Eversley hear that.
GT3
I
Tyler
know.
Grimes now with an issue.
Uh-oh.
What's going on with Tyler Grimes?
I don't know. It says he jumped to pit road. I think he pulled down pit road and then possibly jumped to his pit box. Yeah. Okay. It just told me he wrecked and that wasn't a wreck.
That is a, I
iRacing.
think I'm good here.
This battle's starting to brew up, boys. Matthew Lothian and Guillermo Parrott under 0.4 of a second now as they head down into the boot.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to work his way through, and it looks like he's definitely better at hugging the bottom through some of these turns. He's making that move down the inside. It looks like he's just gonna kind of get it handed to him as Matthew Lothian's just gonna go and take that high side. Yeah, Guillermo Parrott's been very good at specifically hitting his apexes. I've been noticing every time we ride along with him, he's very precise with the center of the corner, getting the car to roll and being able to come off, especially like a turn right there where it's really challenging. Really doing a great job.
Clean passes today. A lot of fun racing throughout the entire field.
Watkins Glen does that. It's a great pick for the series to be able to decide that this is a racetrack they're going to come here and put on a show for us.
Oh no, they've put on a show every race we broadcasted. Trust me.
I've watched some of the shows. It's just the first time I get to join along.
Yeah, Nierhoff is just checked out again.
He's trying to make a battle on the outside. I don't know if that's a spot you want to go into the corner on the outside. As they're coming up behind a GT4 car, let's see if that brick gets in the way or not. Oh, there's contact!
Oh,
That brick did get in the way. Oh, that battle.
AJ,
Yes.
accident. Accident. There you go.
Oh, the 67 gets involved. And that's just going to send Matthew Lothian even further back. Sorry, it wasn't clicking as many times as I was clicking on it.
These are.
Yeah, basically.
Exactly.
So-
Well, that's just the challenge. Whenever you have GT4s in a series with GT3, not only are the GT4s going to be much slower, but they do have counterparts that look just similar enough in the series. You got both the BMWs and the Ford Mustangs that look similar enough. Obviously, if you've raced them regularly, you can notice a difference, but the split second when you're in a battle, it's tough to tell the difference.
For everybody watching at home, with just under 10 minutes remaining into tonight's race. Next week, right here on the channel, next Monday, we're going from upstate New York all the way across the pond to Spain for Circuito de Jerez. That's going to be a fun one. I have yet to call a broadcast from there. Hope you still got your passport, Joe.
Yes, I think so.
Well, you needed it a couple weeks ago.
I don't think that's a country I've been kicked out of yet.
I don't think the problem is getting there. I think it's coming back for Joe.
Yeah.
The country's
I
got
don't think the
alcohol,
United States
Joe's
wants
fine.
back.
Exactly.
Whoa.
And Joshua Jackson here is doing a great job at holding off Morgan Smith here.
Morgan Smith, the last couple laps is about 2/10, 3/10 faster the last couple laps, really closing into striking distance with 8 minutes remaining.
Did we not see this a couple of races ago where Mr. Jackson here ended up losing a podium spot because of was it late race consistency?
Yes, it was,
I
and
remember.
I think that's what he's trying to fight against now. I think he's just trying to protect his position, and we saw that earlier with how he was not running as hard as everybody else, trying to protect the tires that he's got on the vehicle.
Oh, there's that LMP2 lurking. Let's go, Cody.
Identical lap times for Cody and Fazillo. The last couple laps, still roughly a 12-second gap. As we've got an accident on the racetrack. John Holloway in the GT4s.
Oh, he was just trying to get back out on track, and that car is eating something fierce. Oof.
Oh.
Like he might have had an issue earlier causing a lot of that damage. Oh! I would say that's it.
That should have been the first telltale sign. He's hit the wall, I think, 3 times now.
That wall does not taste good.
No, it does not. Although if you're a Mustang, sometimes you're like, I'm nom nom.
Uh-oh. Where did Cody go?
Uh-oh. We only have 2 drivers in LMP2.
Oh, no.
Hit the wall and immediate Alt F4.
I almost wonder if he had a hardware issue the way he went in. I mean, he looked like he was hot going in, but then he just decided to not turn at one point. Yeah, he turned back to the left there. I mean, I feel like he still could have made that corner. I know he went in a little hot, but I feel like he could have made that. Well, on the bright side, he's still got a podium, right?
Exactly.
So we're back riding along with Morgan Smith, who's in 3rd place, and it looks like Austin Diltz is catching up to both of them. He may be in shot for a P2. As we come up to having about 5 minutes to go, he's going to have to make quick work of him, but he can definitely do it.
Didn't you say this earlier? It's easy to catch him, but then you got to get around him.
You do. That's why you got to make quick work somehow.
He's using every bit of that racetrack to get around this BMW.
As you have to. You got to line up this exit and then have a great run. You almost got to get past him going down into turn 1. You got to figure out how to make sure your speed coming through here and into the final turn, you got to maximize that somehow. As we see him going down the front straightaway, he's going to get a little bit of a toe. It's going to catch a little bit, but he's definitely got to contend with the fact that the car in front of him, Morgan Smith, also has a toe behind Joshua Jackson.
It's almost like a DRS train in Formula One.
Oh, it absolutely is. But this is a track where having that draft does make a big difference. Of the long straightaways that are here, that draft can make or break your pass.
Man, he's so close.
They are all right there under a blanket. There is less than a second between all of them. Ooh, as we see him go a little bit wide. Oh, they're close.
Capitalizing on a mistake.
Yeah, but making that
just
move
heard
on that
something
high side
explode.
there, not ideal trying to make that pass on the high side.
I just heard some engine explode.
Is it John?
I've got nobody shown. It's wrecked.
Maybe John Holloway on pit road.
Probably didn't
Awesome.
shut off his motor.
I do that sometimes.
We race cars. Engine motor on. That's why. And oh!
Ooh.
He is coming down pit
What?
road
And
without warning.
That
oh boy,
incident. Is it incident count?
it
He's
is
got a black
incident
flag.
count.
Ooh. That hurts.
That's
You
gonna
just
take
put
him
Dildson in the top
from.
3.
That's gonna take him from what P3 all the way down to, and he's just stopping in his
Least.
pit box. Jacob Quayle now with an issue. The lone Corvette in the field.
Oof, yeah, you got to be careful of that curbing right there. And he keeps it off the wall. Great work there.
Just a little bit outside.
Well, as we're back up in front with Parker here in this 57 car, he's got a really good gap. He's just got to keep it clean. He's got to run out his last couple of laps here and hopefully be able to take a victory for the GT3, but he's still got some traffic in front of him. We've seen some chaos with the GT4 cars causing some havoc with the GT3, so by no means is this race over, but he's just got to keep it clean and keep it consistent these last few laps. With the battle that's further back with Austin Diltz and Joshua Jackson, one thing that did transpire through that pit road incident is that the gap earlier was only about a second between all 3 cars. Austin Diltz now is the 1.7 second gap, so he's got to have some very clean laps in order to get that draft back, and I don't know if he's going to have the time to do it. I think P3 may be the highest he goes unless he puts up some crazy stuff.
I think Joshua was saving his stuff, expecting for something like this to happen.
How do you expect a incident count though? I think this is a moment where Joshua got a little bit of a lucky charm.
White flag in the air. Final lap. Start with Dustin Neroff.
Well, just really an outstanding drive by him overall. He's 33 seconds up on Fozzie. Been really clean all race. Been putting it on edge to be able to give us a show when we do ride along with him. Just a really outstanding drive as he's going to hopefully close out this last lap without incident. I don't know that I'd be making that pass to the leader. I think I would have probably sat back for that one. But that's just the thing, is he's been putting on a great show. He's been throwing no caution to the wind, but being respectful at the same time. And he is taking all these turns wide.
This just makes me want to race Watkins Glen again.
I mean, who doesn't want to race Watkins Glen unless you're going to be sitting in the Sir Jackie Stewart grandstand with the beer?
Already celebrating.
Might as well have a little fun as you're closing out, right? Unless you're a little too cocky and you missed the turn right there, or you missed the next one. There's still 2 more turns to go. 3 more turns.
Coming out of the boot now. Into the final couple of corners. I would not be doing that.
And as he's coming out of this turn, it looks like Dustin Neerhoff is going to take it.
In the LMP2s, dropping it now back to Parker Dime, just getting into the boot.
Coming through
He's
the
also
toe.
he's had an incredible drive today too. He was able to avoid the chaos at the beginning that happened just below him. Just overall, very, very clean run for him.
Yeah, we didn't talk a lot about him this race.
Well, that's the thing is we're not a Fox broadcast. We're not trying to just sit at the leader whenever they're having a clean run. We want to find the action.
Hey, we didn't do Fox things this time. We didn't get a tree blocking our view.
Yeah, I was actually able to focus on the cameras. Thank you, Joe.
See, you're welcome.
Well, and you see he just kind of slots in line behind this GT4 Mustang as he's going to come down. Parker Dime, your
Well,
GT3 winner.
And that Ford
And-
Mustang GT4 was our winner. That was Dak. Both GT3 and GT4 winners crossed the line almost simultaneously, and they will celebrate in turn 1. Or wreck
I think
in
they
turn
said,
1.
I won't wreck you if you don't wreck me. And the Mustang was like, yeah, I need to hit an area where there might be a crowd. And then sent it in before doing donuts.
Oh dang!
Has to. What did Jimmy Johnson do that one year? I need you if you win to hit this side of the car.
Yeah, I need to put the back end in the wall. Really great run. We didn't get to talk through with Dak though, but Dak had a fantastic run too, being able to be out front, just real class of the field the entire day.
Waiting for our 3 winners. Should get Nearhoof. Most likely we'll get Parker Dime. Have yet to talk to Dak though. Let's see. But overall, guys, that was a very fun race. You guys killed it up in the broadcast. Brandon, thank you so much for coming in clutch. Very much under the weather. I'm possibly taking some NyQuil once this is over and going and resting. This was fun. You guys made this so much fun. The racing on the racetrack was so much fun. It's been a while since we've seen this this be so close together throughout a entire race.
I'm just fortunate I was able to be a part of it. Want to thank you for having me up here, but agreed. The racing all season has been great, and tonight was no exception to that. Just a really great track, really great racing by everybody involved, and can't wait to see what happens next week.
Joe, what are your thoughts before we close up shop if we don't get anybody?
I mean, you want my honest opinion?
Yeah, go for it.
Snoozer.
No.
I don't know what you were watching. You must have been watching paint dry in your living room or something, because this was not a snoozer.
Well, I mean, LMP2 and GT4 was, but GT3 that's where the action was at. It was the GT3 cars were pretty good.
It's like an actual IMSA race. The GT3 cars are always the best.
I was just thinking that exact same thing.
Ouch. Ouch.
Well, everybody, I don't think we're getting anybody, so I am going to call it here. Dustin Nearhoof, Parker Dime, and Dak, your 3 winners here for round 6 at Watkins Glen. We'll see you in Spain next Monday. Bye, everybody.
Deuces.
I lied. They took their time. Sorry about that, everybody. A little premature.
We get
Parker Dime, congratulations, pal, on the GT3 win. 17 seconds over P2 Joshua Jackson. How was it out there on the racetrack?
I felt really good. I knew I had to have a good race this week after blowing it last week. Last week I spun first turn and then my computer froze for 30 seconds and it just wasn't a good week, but good result this weekend. Sorry for Austin. That's a horrible way to go because obviously I know how it feels, but he was able to fight through. So a good team result.
Yeah, dude, you definitely needed the bounce back coming into tonight. You take what happened here with how dominant the 57 was, and next week we're going all the way to Spain. What are you expecting, if anything, to take from here and then going across the pond?
I don't. It depends. I don't know. We'll probably run some practice this week. The Aston's good everywhere. I like to say. I heard it in a video once. It's a jack of all trades, but a master of none. So it really just depends on how consistent I can be with it. That car has felt good everywhere. It just depends on if I make mistakes or not. But we'll see next week.
You were key with consistency tonight. Before we let you go and celebrate the GT3 win, you got any sponsors you'd like to plug?
Thanks WBM, great team. Like putting in practice. Shout out to parents, my wife, and friends and family watching, and you guys for putting on the broadcast.
Appreciate it, dude. We'll see you in Spain next week.
All right, thank you.
And better late than never, Dustin Neerhoof, your overall and LMP2 winner by almost 36 seconds over Fozzie Fazillo. Did you find the cruise control button? Because I know a bunch of drivers that are looking for it.
I did. I actually put it on and I mapped it this week.
Dude, great drive this evening. We thought you might have cooked it up in the broadcast booth a little bit by hitting pit road very much earlier than everybody else on lap 12 via lap 16 for when Fozzie hit. But, great race. It looked like you were very much pushing it all the way to the checkered. You had a couple of us up in the broadcast booth kind of almost jump out of our seats with some sketchy moments, maybe a little loose here, getting by a GT4 there. But how was it out there? It definitely looked fun.
It was good. It was a lot of fun. Getting through traffic, fun as always. There were definitely some sketchy moments where maybe I pushed it a little too hard on some warm tires. But I think on the bus stop in one of the last couple laps, I hit the right curb a little too hard and almost sent it off. But hey, if you're not pushing, you're not racing.
And that's basically what you showed us here tonight. You were pushing from the drop of the green all the way to the checkered and put on a 36-second lead to Fozzie Fazillo. But with tonight on how well tonight went, do you take anything to next week when we go to Spain?
Just keep it clean through traffic. A couple of close calls, but I was just sending it, getting a little sendy.
Yeah, well, I guess if you're racing like that, you're never going to be bored. And, dude, I could just imagine you were celebrating that whole white flag lap. We were watching the LMP2 kick out in the boot a little bit. Just having fun on your end. It's kind of refreshing. And just, does anybody have anything for you? If you're listening to this, which, if you're on Facebook, you have a good chance you might be, can you get in here and have anything for Dustin Neerhoff? Because he is not even slowly walking away with it. He is lapping away with the points right now. But Dustin, great race, pal. Any plugs you'd like to cover?
I just thank WBM. Thank you guys for putting on the broadcast. Thanks Revelement for putting on the league, and that's all.
All right, Dustin. Thanks for coming chat with us. You have a wonderful rest of your week, and we'll see you in Spain next week.
Thank you. You as well.
All right. Now I think we're good. I don't think we have anybody else. I don't see Dak, but all right. They've already said their piece. Good night, everybody. We'll see you Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern from Road America. Goodbye.
Deuces. Again.